We are back here on Most Buffalo, and our show today is dedicated to honoring the memory of firefighter Jason Arno, along with supporting those who knew him best, including his fellow firefighters. And with that, we welcome in someone whose job that is every day. We have Fire Department Chaplain Father Paul Seil. We're so glad to have you with us.
Kate.
And our condolences to you as well.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering, it's been a difficult day, it's been a difficult week, and just sort of how you're reflecting on the day today.
I think there's just an overwhelming sense of finally bringing something to a culmination where in one sense something ends, but then new things begin, and a different way of grieving, a different way of mourning for the community, for the fire department, for the blood family of firefighter Arno. But I was very impressed today at the ceremony, how beautiful it was, but some of the words, especially his brother, I thought was very articulate and very moving, and just some beautiful tributes from the mayor, from different members of the community who were there, the firefighters union president. It was just a very beautiful time. And when I actually rode to the cemetery in one of the chief's cars, and just seeing the lines and lines of firefighters from all over. I was meeting some this morning before the Mass, a big group from Toronto and from Utica and from all over the place. It was just very moving. And not only the firefighters, but the civilians as well. You know, some older, I wouldn't say elderly, but older women in tears or things along those lines. So yes, it was very moving to me.
I always think that there's almost a comfort when a loved one dies with the process, with the making the arrangements, and then you're going to the funeral, and there's a lot of activity.
Yes.
And then there is just sort of a quiet, you know, where that grieving really kind of starts to set in. How are you helping with firefighters moving forward with the job they have to do as well?
I don't know how much I'm really helping right now, and I'm ready to go whenever I'm called upon. And I actually have had some calls from firefighters who are retired, who want to talk about some of their, what we usually call post-traumatic stress, you know. But it is, you're very accurate that there's all this attention and all this planning and everything, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of over. And so it's something that does kind of take a toll. That, you know, it's like we're all surrounded by people, and then you kind of go back to your ordinary regular life after, you know, 10 days of preparing for today's funeral and the procession and everything.
Something struck me the day of the funeral, the day of the fire, that you said, there's nothing you can say. But I know that people do come to you for some kind of comfort, and how do you find those words, and what do you say? I
guess the reality is to reach out to one another, to rely on one another, to very much be gentle and forgiving and giving towards one another, to show mercy to one another. That's really what it is. And in my church, our Pope Francis speaks a lot about accompanying one another, walking with them. And whether it's, you know, we've had a lot of tragedies, as everybody's been saying. I was thinking about the children who died in the fire. Their grandmother just died. The city worker who died, Mr. Muscarella, during that blizzard. And there's all kinds of sadness around. And in so many ways, if we just be a little gentler and a little kinder to one another, it's really going to do honor to those people we've lost, like J. Arno, you know, because we've all heard what a wonderful guy, father, husband, cook he was, you know, as well as a firefighter. And I think if we can do the best we can, that really is the best way to honor someone who's gone before us, whether in a tragic departure, tragic death, or just the regular course of life.
Well, we appreciate your time so much and appreciate your words, Father. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.